Hey, what's going on, YouTubers? It's your boy, KQKC Boxing Channel. Yes, sir, I'm talking about De La Hoya wants Spence for Canelo. First of all, Spence haven't moved up to middleweight yet. But if you all listen to a couple of my videos, Spence will be moving up to middleweight in maybe a couple years or so. But right now, Spence is a welterweight. He's one of the top welterweights. Now, Oscar De La Hoya, besides want to make money and want to do other things, I'm not going to name them because no proof. But I will tell you this. Canelo might be trying to dodge a lot of other up-and-coming middleweights. You know, Billy Joe Saunders. Dimitri Andre can get him a run for his money. Not as far as power, but as far as fundamentals. Because, see, Canelo is slow on his feet. Very slow on his feet. So, Dimitri Andre can do a little razzle-dazzle with his crazy ass, because I still think he has a mental deficiency, but that's for another video. But I really believe Canelo is trying to, or Oscar De La Hoya and Canelo is trying to dodge the upper echelon of the middleweight division. Then you got HURD, you know, you got the CHARLO. I mean, come on. I mean, what's going on? I mean, think about it. Canelo fans, Mexico. Now, we all know he was juicing, okay? Now, let's get that out the way, because I don't want to hear about, oh, he wasn't juiced, he was eating this. No, we all knew he was juicing a year ago. So, let's just get that out the way. Now, I'm not going to say he was doing it for sure, but I got a pretty good idea, because he just grew too much muscle too fast. Think about it. When he was fighting Floyd Mayweather, look how he looked. And don't tell me because he grew up. No. So he's pretty much like my man said on the boxing clinic or scene, whatever. Yeah, that's what he's doing. He's ducking. You know, he's ducking the upper echelon. See, a while back when he turned middleweight, they didn't have these up and coming stars, these young guns, the tall, strong young guns like HURD, CHARLO, big, you know, and they athletic too. You know, no offense against Mexico, because all they like to do is brawl, but they don't have no athleticism, if I said it right. So basically, that's what's happening, and Oscar De La Hoya knows it, because if he don't do something real soon with Canelo, you know, you only can teach someone so many fundamentals, and they've been boxing the same way, you know. Because on the Triple G fight, Triple G won that fight. We all know that. Because he was fighting on the back foot the whole fight. Triple G just kept going forward. You're going to see the next fight. Watch what happens. There might be a slugfest because they both is pretty much angry at each other. But everybody want to use Earl Spence. They don't call Earl Spence out when they're not fighting. They only call him out when they're fighting. Now that's coming from Earl Spence himself, quote unquote. And you know what? I went back and listened and thought about it. He's right. Danny Garcia, of course now Canelo, you know, or Oscar De La Hoya rather, you know. And you know what? Oscar De La Hoya really doesn't have a stable of names. You know, sure, he got some young amateur fighters. You know, maybe him and Eddie Hearn get together. You know, Brit with a Mexican American. So they both dealing with amateur amateur stables, except for Anthony Joshua. He's just a scared puppy. You know, we all know that. You know, come on, let's get it all out. You know, I told you KC is not going to hold back. Sure, go ahead, send me the comments. And I do answer them back real nicely, don't I? Yes, I do. So, but I'm going to tell it like it T.I. is. Okay? Canelo is ducking the other middleweights by fighting Earl Spence. Sure, Earl Spence can get up there in middleweight. And you know what? He might give Canelo a beating. Not a beating, but he probably don't punch as hard as Triple G or Canelo. He's a welterweight. And I want to hear about, oh, Earl Spence, he's juicy. No, he's not juicy. The man has good fundamental, good balance, and he lifts weights. Now, there's a lot of people don't lift weights, they box. They're just naturally big. Well, you have people like Andre Berto. I mean, you can look at people and tell when they lift weights and when they don't. Floyd Mayweather, he didn't lift weights. He worked out. He did sit-ups to get the abs and everything, but look at his arms. I mean, sure, you might see it in a magazine where they airbrush it, but he is not a weightlifter. We know when someone is using PEDs or lifting weights, and Canelo was using PEDs. So let's cut with the bullshit. I know all the Mexican Americans gonna see this or hear this and have something to say about it. No, I'm 100% right. This is Oscar De La Hoya plan to have Canelo to duck the middleweight division discreetly. Put it that way. When I say discreetly, I mean without people saying he's scared or he's running. Put it that way. Something like some shit Eddie Hearn would do. So, basically, that's what's going on. De La Hoya wants Spence versus Canelo. And plus, he can make some money off the fight. Because we all know Earl Spence is an up-and-coming fighter. A great up-and-coming fighter. Up-and-coming champion. Put it that way. He holds the IBF welterweight championship. So, and another thing, everybody, like I said, calls him out. Now, Danny Garcia, is he jealous? Or does he just have a problem with Earl Spence? Because he believes he's underrated. No, he's not underrated. No, he's not. And the reason why Danny Garcia went in all those fights as an underdog is because he was. Oh, sure, he surprised everybody with the left. Sure, he got power. You know, KC would admit to anything that he believed. Yes, he has power. But he didn't have no foot movement. He didn't have that balance where, you know, he's wild when you throw punches. You see what I'm saying? You know, on the Zab Judo fight, you know, see how he got down and trying to throw. One thing I can do, I can fight. Okay, well, everybody says that. Zab Judo said that. But look, what it boils down to, Earl Spence is right now a superstar, an A-side superstar. Everybody wants to fight him, just like Mayweather. We all know when Mayweather was undefeated and beating up everybody. I'm not gonna say beat up everybody, but winning. Put it that way. Everybody from old boy from Britain, Cal Brook. Then you got Amir Khan. Devin Alexander. He got mad when Floyd looked at him like, please. So he said, oh, Floyd only fight Mexican fight, you know. So anyway, so now Earl Spence the man. Okay. See, in different eras, you have different stars, basically. or someone that's taking over a certain division. You know, Triple G was making noise. Then, now Triple G is getting older. When Triple G was making noise, there wasn't really nobody to really get him a run for his money. But Canelo. But Canelo was always cherry picking. But now, it's hard to cherry pick. Because he would look stupid if him and Oscar sit there and pick out a number 10 middleweight. Or a number 8 middleweight. Or a number 5 middleweight. They gotta pick somebody from 4 on down. They have to after the Triple G fight. He cannot, I repeat, he cannot go below 4 or over 4. Put it that way. He gonna have to face those middleweights like Billy Joe Saunders, Jamal Charlo, HURD. He gonna have to fight those type of middleweights. I ain't talking about no Austin Trout. And we talking about the young guns. And that's what it is, young guns. Wait till September roll around. That's gonna be middleweight heaven. Cause if I'm not mistaken, it's 4 middleweight fights that's gonna be pretty huge. And I will do a video on all the upcoming fights and comparison. So basically, I just want to bring that to you all attention about Earl Spence and Canelo. You know, hey, he's dodging. You know, he only had 1 loss, and that's to Floyd Mayweather. Earl Spence will have no losses, but he weighs in at 147. But he walk around at 160, or below. So, I'm KQ, KC Boxing Channel. Now, if you like where this new channel is going, man, I need your subscription. And don't worry, you get notified every time I upload a video if you hit that notification bell. And one more thing, always hit that like button before you leave out, because that's important. So, I'm going to see you on the next video, and that's going to be real soon. And without that, I catch you on the next one. Peace and love.